Hey everybody, welcome back to our Cumberlachia Farmstead. We're up here on top again today. It's a beautiful morning. I can see the thermometer over there. It's like 75 degrees. It was in the 60s this morning. It was beautiful. You can hear the cicadas. You hear them all over the place in the birds. Last time we were way back over there by that tree, and I decided to come up here a little bit so you can see the whole property here that we've cleared behind us. I don't know if you can see over there that log on the ground. That's about where the cabin's going to go. Little chicken coops over here, goats over there. But today I decided I'm going to put some food on here so when we get done working today we got something to eat. I'm just going to do a bean and beef casserole, like a cowboy casserole with beef and bean. So first I got to get the beef and the bacon, because everything's better with bacon. I got to get that on. Let me get this beef over here and get it crumbled up in the pot. I've had it over the fire for about 15 minutes. And getting the pot hot. You can hear that sizzle. We're going to see if we can do this today without getting all that smoke like we did the last time. So there's the ground beef. I'm going to put all my trash right over here because I'm going to put in a bag to get rid of. We don't want to leave anything up here, attract any animals or predators. I've got a 12-ounce package of bacon. That was 1.2 pounds of beef. I'll put all the ingredients down below like I always do in the description. Also on my website, yeah, this is 1.2 pounds, just a little over a pound. Also put it on my website, gregs-kitchen.com. So I'm going to get this bacon out of here. I'm going to cut it up into small slices, little lardons, that we can put in with the beef while it's cooking. I'm going to cook the beef, the bacon, and I've got an onion over here I'm going to chop up and put in there. Stick these in. That beef is already browning in the bottom of that pot. I know this looks like a lot of bacon, and it is, and I like that, but it's just going to add so much flavor. Get this all chopped up. I don't want little bitty pieces. I want to be able to have pieces of bacon that I can taste when I have it in there. So let's put all this in here. Break it up. Let me get my wooden spoon here. Now, you guys might notice this doesn't look like my other cast iron pot that I used the last time. That one had legs on the bottom, had a flat roof, a little bit bigger than this. I went back to the lodge store. I can't help it. And I got a couple more things. So this is one of them I got. I didn't realize it wouldn't hook to the chain real well, so I had to hook the chain around it. But hey, it works. So I'm just going to put that in there, let it start cooking, and we'll be washing this. Cover that and let it heat. Now let's get this onion cut up. It's kind of crazy trying to get all this stuff together to bring up here from the camper. I love coming up here so it doesn't bother me one bit. Just a lot of stuff to carry. Get this peeled. I'll just put the onions peels down in there so they burn up. I don't think the deer will like them. And I don't need the other animals coming after it. So I'm just going to chop this up. And this is going to be cooking all day. I'm just going to let it sit and cook. So I'm not going to chop these too small because they just dissolve after a while. Like I said, I'll just get all this incorporated. That little piece out that's bad. And cover it up. Start working, clearing land today and getting everything done. And then we'll have dinner later. I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to put a little bit more wood on the fire and let it heat up a little bit more, because it's not cooking as much as fast as I'd like. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'm just going to lower this down closer to the fire. It just means I'm going to have to squat down. There we go. A little bit closer to the fire, it'll cook a little quicker. I'm going to go clean this off and I'll be right back. All right. Now, I've got quite a selection of beans here. If you'd like, you can use canned green or canned pork and beans. I don't like to do that. I like to make my own. And if you do, even if you use pork and beans, you're going to put beans in. You can use whatever kind of beans you want. I've got a mixture here of pinto beans, kidney beans, always go in there. Cannelloni beans, I could not find any lima beans or butter beans. And then I got some black beans. And then all the seasonings with molasses, ketchup, Worcestershire. We have all that. So luckily, I remembered my can opener. As I was starting out the door, I remembered I didn't have one. I'm just going to open all these, and then we'll put them all in with the meat. All right, I just heard that snap. Okay, got all these. Put this on top. And I'm going to drain some juice off over here into the fire area, and then I'll have another can to put the rest of the juice in. I just don't want to pour this on the ground somewhere it's going to stay. Okay, so what's that? That's my pinto beans. Let's check the meat and see if we can start putting it in. Yeah, we got a few more minutes on the meat. Break up these onions. I'm going to let that cook a little more before we start putting the beans in, so I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, so the meat has been cooking for about 10 minutes. I'm going to take it off of here. I'm going to see if I can take it off of here without burning myself, because this isn't the pan that goes on this hook. There we go. That way we can add everything as it's into the pan. So as you can see, the meat has cooked. The bacon, it's not all the way done, but it's going to cook the rest of the day. And all those juices are going to come out of the meat and the bacon and go right into these beans. So I've got one can. I forgot to open my tomato paste. This just makes it real rich and thick. We'll try again. I hear it clicking, so it's got to be open. There we go. Of course it's not. So let me grab a spoon. Hold on. It'd be nice when I have my kitchen up here and I got everything. But in the meantime, we make do. Just another way to show you guys, if you have a little kitchen, you say you just don't have enough room. Not true. Because I got everything here I need. Of course I got a lot of room. I got 6.3 acres here, which is really nice. So I'm just going to incorporate that tomato paste in there. Let's start cooking on the bottom of this pan because this cast iron is steaming hot. And let it caramelize a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to put in my pinto beans. Can y'all see this? Making sure you can see it. And my kidney beans, the best beans in here. black beans. We're going to have a full pot. Cannelloni beans. And you know what? I just looked in the top of this can. These are garbanzos, but they will work. I thought I'd got 2 cannelloni beans. Okay. So we got all of our beans in. Let me put this over here on the trash side. Now, like I said, I'm going to have the entire recipe down below. So I'm probably not going to call off the amounts. And I might call them off wrong anyways. So let me just mix those beans in a little bit. Okay. We are going to put a little ketchup. Probably about a half a cup. And some Worcestershire sauce. And of course, it's a brand new bottle. So you'll see me struggle to get it open. Maybe about 2 tablespoons. Well, forgot they had the child-proof cap on here. About 2 tablespoons. And you can adjust this however you like. If you like more Worcestershire sauce, more seasonings, different seasonings, you can do that too. Let me get some of this stuff over here. One thing I always put in my beans is molasses. We're probably going to put about 1/4 cup, maybe a little more. That's just going to make them so smoky tasting, so rich and thick. And just a little bit of Dijon mustard. Okay. Now I have onion in there, but I'm still going to put some onion powder. My poor little fire's going out. It's okay, we need those hot coals. That's what it's going to cook over all day. We're going to probably about 1/2 tablespoon of onion powder, garlic powder, maybe a whole tablespoon because I like garlic powder. My ginger is not open yet. I like putting ginger in. It adds a little bit of a spice that doesn't make it hot spicy. Just a little bit of spice on the tongue. So maybe about 1/4 teaspoon. Cinnamon. Same thing I'd put in my chili is cinnamon. I think that's from an Ohio thing. Like the chili houses up there like to put cinnamon in their chili, and I just grew up with that. So maybe about 1/4 teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon. Some smoked paprika. And I'm going to put about a teaspoon of that in there. That fire is hot. Feel it all the way over here. And some chili powder. Okay, so I got everything here. Ketchup. I do need one last thing, is my brown sugar. Now I could have skipped the brown sugar. I could have put just regular white sugar in there and molasses, because that's what brown sugar is. If you're ever out of brown sugar and you have molasses, you can make your own. I think I have a recipe on my website. I'll link it down below if I can find that. Of just mixing white sugar and molasses, and you have your brown sugar. Depending on how much you put in, whether you're going to have light brown sugar like this or dark brown sugar. Keep that in there so it doesn't clump up on me. Oops. Okay, now before I grab that and burn myself, let's just mix this in. Just need to get it combined a little bit. It's going to sit here and bubble all day long and meld together all those flavors. That bacon, and actually bacon and ground beef, it smells really good. The onions I don't smell as well yet. This is kind of like a hamburger bean casserole. So there we go. Got it all combined. I'm going to put the lid back on it. I'm going to stick it over the fire. You guys could do this in your oven at home. You could do it at 350 for a couple hours, maybe 300 for a few hours, and just let it sit and cook and simmer all day. And I'll bring you back when it's all ready. Hey everybody, we're back and I'm exhausted. We've been doing stuff all day. The beans have been cooking all day long. I did take the lid off. I'll show you a video here. I just let it cook and cook and cook and thicken up, and taking the lid off helped do that, get all the moisture out of there. So let's get these off of the campfire. There we go. Lid off. Whew, they are bubbling away in there. Look at that. Gosh, those smell delicious. I can smell the beef. I can smell the bacon, the garlic and onion. Back in there, Bean. Tilt this down a little bit so you guys can get a look at it. There you go. Nice and thick. I did leave the salt and pepper out. I cleaned everything else up. I wanted to leave the salt and pepper out, so I tasted it and see how it tastes. See if I need any extra. No, these are delicious. They're seasoned perfectly. Okay, let me get a bunch of these out and show you. So you got, this is a complete meal, not just baked beans. You got your beef in here, bacon, the best. Ooh, I bet these woods have never smelled so good. Get all that off the edge there. Nice and thick. I'm gonna steal a bean that popped out. Now I'm gonna not pick this up. I learned my lesson the last time. These are metal bowls. That's already hot. Let me get a taste here. A second taste. Yeah, it's delicious. You'll need to give this a try. This is kind of like my bourbon bacon cowboy beans. I'll put a link to that down below. Didn't bring Jack with me today, or Jack would have made an appearance in this pot. So give this one a try. I appreciate you guys joining me up here at our Cumberlachia Farmstead. We're getting there slowly but surely. Soon you guys are going to see a cabin back in there. You'll see me cooking in that cabin. Back porch goes over what I call my little chapel hill in the back. It's another world back there. It's beautiful. You guys have to see that. I think I showed it to you in one of my videos. But until next time, I appreciate it. You guys, thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. God love you. Bye-bye.